So fun fact, I know by heart the entirety of every Disney soundtrack, backwards to forwards, all the jazz, and even have choreography for some of those soundtracks. But that's not the day that we tell you that story. And I am going to tell you why we're talking about Disney today in just a moment. But before I do, hello, I'm Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things. And today is day 155, and this is another day where my Soaprentice is showing me up, really. And she is tackling another Disney princess soap. So we had done the Anna bar about 2 weeks ago in honor of my niece's birthday. And Georgia May saw it and thought, I want to do a Disney princess soap too, because she's just as into Disney princesses as I am. And so the wheels started turning in her head. Which princess would she do? What would be made? And we're going to tell you that today. I mean, the screen right before this actually told you, so I'll just tell you now. She's doing the Ariel soap today, which is a cool idea and very exciting. And I can't wait to see what she came up with for one of my favorite Disney princesses. So let's go check it out. Oh, and look at this. Right off the bat, I am messing with your minds because I had to cut a lot of this video out, really, because this video was over an hour long from cradle to grave. Georgia May was incredibly meticulous with this guy. So I cut out the whole, look, oils and lye water and yay, emulsification. Look, we have an emulsified. Yep, all that's done. You are now with an emulsified batch of a soap, and the soap batter itself is made with my new Lots of Lather master batch. And so we've got shea, babasu, coconut, which is about 60% of the oils, and then the remaining oils are olive and canola and argan and avocado. So that's all awesome. Now Georgia May is making the Ariel soap today, which is super amazing, and I love this. I'm very excited because I love Ariel, probably in my top 5 favorite Disney princesses, I suppose. And this is definitely one of the ones that I have been very, very excited to see. And again, it was an hour long, so things got cut out and sped up, but you're just gonna have to roll with me here. So we are working with a sculpted layers design today, and the scent blend that Georgia May has used for this is actually pretty cool. So it's like a black sea salt spray, right? So you've got some cool ocean tones in it, but then she mixed that with a lilac and what is this? Oh, and a willow. So it's very interesting. There's the end result of this actually ended up being really, really good. Like, it's sort of complicated and bright, and I find that that's true of Ariel, so I like it. Now we're doing, again, a sculpted layers thing here. So what Georgia May has done at this point is she has poured some. Oh, look how good she is. She has even all of the little pull-throughs, her little sculpty tools that she has made, she has labeled so she knows which one to use for what stage. And after she does the pulling of the
soap that has set up in the mold, from the mold, really, she is going to use some mica to do some mica veins through the soap, because she's going for, now, as you can imagine, with the color and the mica and everything, she's going for like mermaid scales, which is cool. I love this. This is a really fun pour for sure. But because it's a sculpted layers, that's the reason why so much of this got cut out. There's a lot of waiting to get the layers to set up. Now, with this soap batter, the oil blend that she uses, or is using, it actually sets up fairly quickly. And you saw she put the kaolin clay in there, and we put a lot of kaolin clay into our soaps, right? And so that tends to thicken the batter very quickly too. But it's still time consuming, because it's not just a regular layer where everything has to set up just a little bit to pour the next. It has to set up enough to pull, a piece of cardboard or a piece of, whatever you're using for your sculpting tool through it to create, like, divots and whatnot in the soap batter itself, so you can do the next layer. Now, this guy is going to again set up this layer, and then she's going to use her next pull through tool right there to do the next green mica line thing, which is awesome. Me and mica lines. I love that she is doing this. I love that she is putting so much, time and energy into this, and it's great. And I do this for the soaps that I super duper love too. And with Ariel, I probably would have done something reasonably complicated as well. So I get it, because she's, awesome and whatever. But yeah, it's still this type of commitment with the layers and the micas and the she takes this all to another degree, and that's why her stuff is always super amazing for sure. And you see the soap batter that's up in the upper right hand corner there in the 2 Pyrexes. So those are going to be the top colors. So after she's done with the final sculpting of the 3rd layer of the green, which she's putting on now, she will be putting on purple for, the kind of Ariel's top, right? And then a beautiful bright red for Ariel's hair, really. And then you see the little starfish things there beneath the Pyrexes. That's the little toppers that she's going to put in the soap as well. Now we have final pull for this guy, and I don't know if she's going to do another line of mica or not. I don't see any more mica on screen, so she may have just done the 2 mica lines with all of it. But that's awesome. Now, earlier when she put the kaolin clay in, did you notice that she dispersed that in water? So the decision to disperse it in water instead of like the scent blend, which you can go either way, but dispersing it in water is going to actually give her some extra liquid in the batch, really, and allow Glisten Rivers to potentially do their thing. Now, I love that she just took the green and that she pulled out of the layer there and just put it into the white batch, because she knew that she was going to be able to turn that little bit of green into a purple for the next layer without any problem. So that's awesome. No soap gets wasted. And that was one of my biggest problems to work through when I was first thinking about doing sculpted layers many moons ago, right? Because the idea of pouring soap into a mold and then pulling it out and then doing something else on top of it, my first question always was, well, what happens to the soap that you pull out of the mold? Like, that's just wasteful. I need all of that soap in my mold. I'm gonna have to resize my batch so my bars can be. No, just put it. Don't overthink it. Just put it in the next layer, and mix it up to, or whatever layer is going to be darker. So if you have, like, if you're doing a landscape bar, for example, and you're gonna have some black someplace, but you had to pull some of the green from the grass that you did below, whatever, put that in the portion that's going to go black, and it all works out. It's good. So very smart of her to do that. I mean, that said, we sort of stopped super caring about, quote unquote wasted soap batter years ago because we have little, on the website we have a product called Everything But the Kitchen Sink. And it's a bar it's like a mystery bar. And you don't know what it is or what, you know, really you don't know what it is because the scraps, the leftover soap batter from any pour, that just goes into these molds that are just set off to the side whenever we're, you know, making batches of soap. And we continue to pile, you know, this soap onto the next, whatever, until the mold is full. And then that's where the Everything But the Kitchen Sink bar comes from. So we care a lot less about that at this point, but still it is cool that she did that. Oh, and she's still layering this thing. Like, this is an entire, you know, she only did 2 mica lines throughout all of this, but she is sculpting every color, which is interesting. I'm very curious to see the end result and what this sculpted vision ends up being for her, really. And that purple is a really beautiful purple. I like that a lot. Usually the purples that I use, for purples I almost always use either Harold's purple crayon or, like, I think it's called Orchid from Brambleberry, and Harold's purple crayons from Mad Micas. And they always look gray in my soap batter. They turn purple after, you know, saponification is complete. They go back to the purple state because, you know, we gel and do the things, but they're always gray in my wet soap batter. And she got a really lovely purple right off the bat, which is probably because she uses the, you know, recommended usage of micas, whereas 99% of the time I don't. I definitely undershoot my micas and I use less than what you can use just because, I don't know, I don't like using a whole lot of colors. I'm stingy with my micas. It's all a thing. So, but her red here is absolutely gorgeous. I imagine she used an oxide with this in order to achieve this beautiful red. The burgundies are easier in cold process, but a red, so this is more of a burgundy, I imagine, right now. But a red, very, very hard to achieve in a cold process soap. And there are like 3 companies that have a guaranteed red, and it's, you know, apparently delightful. I've never bought them. So if anybody's purchased the true red from like Mad Micas, or, you know, let me know. But anyway, this final layer here is the red for her hair, obviously, because Ariel is a fiery redhead. And I think this was one of the reasons why she went with some of the little bit spicy notes on some of the stuff. And she combined a whole lot of different things, right? So you have black sea salt, which is cool. And that has a little bit of a pepper kick in it as well. But you're getting the sea because, you know, black sea salt. Yes. And then the willow. So it's of, you know, the earth, it's ground, it's, you know, trees and all that. Yep. And then the lilacs, probably because florals are cool, and also purple because the layer in the middle. I don't know what her reasoning was to blend all of this, but as I said, when I smelled this, when I came into the shop the next day, I sniffed this bar and went, that's lovely. What is that? It was a really good blend. She did a really good job. This one is definitely not, you know, it's not a stock standard. It's very mature, very complex. And I dig that. And I also dig her sculpting of the top, which is, I love a good sculpted top so much. Whenever I have thick enough batter to do a sculpted top, I totally do it. I love textured tops so much. And final step for this is going to be the placement of the little starfish guys, which are, I think, made out of glycerin, a melt and pour soap, because the cool thing about glycerin soaps is that when it hits like human environments, it gets a glycerin dew on it, so they look kind of like sugared, like you've sugar coated them. So I think that's actually pretty cool for a starfish because it will look like, you know, it'll add some cool texture to it, really. And she is totally flying blind with placement of her starfish here. They're just kind of going to go wherever. And this will be covered And I don't know if she's going to C-pop this or not. I guess we can look at the bar tomorrow and tell whether or not it's been C-popped. I would be hesitant to do it because of the melt and pour on the top. But, you know, she's making the soap. She's going to do the things. So she will ultimately make the decision as to whether or not this goes into the oven. And we will see tomorrow with the cut, which, you know, you get to see right now because editing, whether or not she C-popped it or not. And I honestly can't remember, so I'm just as curious as you are to find that out at this point. And that is so beautiful. And now time for the cut of Ariel, and I don't know, that looks pretty gelled to me. What do you guys think? I would say she gelled that for sure. Now, you see what I meant about the little glycerin dewdrops on the stars? Yeah, that's super cute. It adds some really cool texture to the bar, so I'm a fan. Now, we do have some craggy bits that you sort of have to keep. Well, oh yeah, it's terrifying when soaps get too tall. You don't want the cutter to slice off the, oh gosh. So yeah, we have some bits that need to be kind of fixed throughout all of it, and that's just something that you're kind of dealing with when you you know, make a sculpted layer. You're gonna have some holes and whatnot because you're dealing with a thicker batter, and that's okay. We cut our soaps. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. That is beautiful. I love the texture going on with all of that, and I love her mica lines. It's a very subtle, you know, mermaid scale shift thing, which is awesome because, you know, that's how it should be, I think. I mean, I don't know. I haven't met a mermaid. Have you met a mermaid? And mermaids come in all, mermaid fins and scales come in all, you know, manner of different colored vibrances. Yeah, all of that. So I think that's gorgeous. And in that green portion down there, she also got some good glycerin rivers. So it's really, it adds to sort of the depth of the mermaid scales, the tail, essentially, even more, which is awesome. And that's just super cute. And I think maybe she did, yeah, she's got some good swoopies going on for the purple to go into. So that's delightful all around. I'm wondering if she had meant for the purple to look like, you know, like the bikini top that Ariel wears with her shells, right? She will, I'm sure, give us the answer in the comments. But yeah, as she goes along, she's definitely just going to clean up some areas that she sees have some holes and whatnot. And ooh, see, there's a close-up. That's absolutely beautiful. It's so nice. That is definitely an Ariel soap. Everything about that is pretty spectacular. And yeah, I think she did a great job on this. And this is, again, this bar, when I came into the shop, I smelled it and was just immediately blown away. Like, what is this? We don't have this. And she told me what she had done to, you know, mix everything. And it was perfect. Like, it was just, everything about it screamed Ariel. Like, the design of it, the smell of it, everything was just perfectly executed. And I love that. She did an excellent job with the Ariel soap. So that's not too shabby for her first time out with a Disney princess soap for sure. So we have a Anna from earlier for my niece's birthday, and now we have Ariel, which is super epic, and we're having fun with this. So I think we might be continuing with some of the Disney princess stuff just for funsies, just to have fun. And yeah, that is day 155, the Ariel mermaid princess soap thing, and it is just gorgeous. I'm really digging the red of the hair. It's so good. It's not, she did a good job. She did a good job all around. Well done, Georgia May. I love this one. It's pretty.
The mica lines, the glycerin rivers, the star on the top, the really good attention to a scent blend that wasn't just like on the nose, it's aquatic. everything about this was so carefully thought out and so beautifully executed. I love everything about it. It's just perfect. It screams Ariel. Like, good job, Georgia May. It's great. And it's really exciting to actually add that one to the line with the Anna bar. So we have Anna and Ariel. And again, two of my favorite Disney princesses right there. So that's super perfect. If you are interested in the Ariel soap, you can totally find it on the website at soapandclay.com. And yeah, if you're interested in following me on social media, I'm there, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And I like that you're here and interested in something. So I hope you had some fun today. And I really appreciate you being here for another round of 365 days of soap. You are awesome. Thank you. And I am done for the day. Make sure to tell Georgia May in the comments what a great job she did on Ariel. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.